There's something unsettling about reading a post online that feels too real. No dramatic music, no exaggerated storytelling, just a normal person typing something that shouldn't have happened and ending it with, "I don't know what to do." These are four disturbing Reddit posts, and the backstories that make them even harder to forget. The first post was short, almost casual. It was written by a college student who lived alone in a small off-campus apartment. The title was simple: "I think someone is using my shower." At first, people assumed it was paranoia. He explained that every few days he would come home from class and find the bathroom slightly humid, the mirror faintly fogged, the shower curtain pulled halfway closed when he always left it open. He lived alone, no roommates, no maintenance visits scheduled. He tried to ignore it. Then one evening around 11 p.m., he came home earlier than usual. The bathroom light was on. He was certain he had turned it off that morning. He stood in the hallway listening. Nothing. He slowly walked toward the bathroom and noticed something that made his stomach drop. The shower was running, hot water, steam drifting out into the hallway. He grabbed a kitchen knife and pulled the curtain back. No one. But the drain was clogged with long, dark hair. He had short blonde hair. That night, he didn't sleep. He stayed in the living room with every light on. At 3:18 a.m., he heard the bathroom door close. Not slam, just click. He ran down the hallway. Empty. But the mirror had something written on it in the condensation. "Stop looking!" He called the police. They searched the apartment. Nothing. 2 weeks later, the landlord admitted something. There was a small maintenance crawl space above the bathroom ceiling, big enough for someone to lie down in. They found food wrappers up there and a sleeping bag. The second post came from a woman who worked night shifts at a hospital. Her title read, "The patient in room 214 isn't on the roster." She explained that she had been assigned to cover an extra wing during a staffing shortage. Room 214 was supposed to be empty. Around 2 a.m., she heard a call button from that room. She checked the computer system. No patient assigned. Assuming it was a glitch, she walked down the hall anyway. The door to 214 was slightly open. Inside, an elderly man sat upright in the bed. He was staring directly at the doorway. She stepped inside and asked if he needed help. He didn't blink. He just said, "You're not supposed to see me." Her heart started pounding. She stepped back into the hallway and called another nurse. When they returned together, the room was empty. Bed stripped, lights off, no sign anyone had been there. She checked the call log. No call from 214. When she brought it up to her supervisor, the woman went pale. Room 214 had been closed for renovations after a patient died unexpectedly the previous year. The nurse transferred hospitals shortly after. The third post was written by a father. The title was, "My son keeps waving at something in the backyard." He explained that his 3-year-old would sit at the kitchen window every evening around sunset and wave. At first, it was cute. He assumed the boy was pretending. One night, he decided to ask, "Who are you waving at?" His son answered casually, "The tall man." The father laughed and asked where the tall man was. His son pointed to the far corner of the yard near the tree line. "There, he comes every night." The father felt a cold sensation run down his spine. They lived in a rural area, no neighbors close enough to stand near the trees unnoticed. That night, after putting his son to bed, he stepped outside with the flashlight. Nothing. But in the soft dirt near the tree line, he saw impressions. Long footprints. Bare. Too long to be normal. The next evening, he installed a motion camera facing the yard. At 7:42 p.m., the camera triggered. The footage showed his son standing at the window waving, and just beyond the tree line, a tall shape, almost blending with the shadows. Not moving, just watching. The family moved within the month. The final post might be the most disturbing. It was titled simply, "My sister posted this before she disappeared." The writer explained that his older sister had always been active on Reddit. She would post about work, relationships, random life updates. Then one night she posted something strange. "I think someone is living in my attic. If anything happens to me, it's not an accident." People in the comments told her to call the police. She replied that she had. They searched and found nothing, but she kept hearing footsteps above her bedroom at night. 3 days later, she stopped replying. Her account went silent. At first, her brother assumed she was busy. Then their parents called him. She hadn't shown up to work. When police entered her house, they found no signs of forced entry. Her bed was unmade. Her phone was on the nightstand. In the attic, they found something strange. A small nest of blankets near the far corner. Empty food cans, an vent positioned directly above her bedroom. She was never found. Her last Reddit post is still online. 4 posts. 4 people who typed something out into the void, hoping someone would understand. The internet makes it easy to dismiss things as fiction, as creative writing. But sometimes the most disturbing stories are the ones written in plain text. No dramatic buildup, no cinematic ending, just someone sitting alone at night, staring at a screen, and realizing something isn't right. And once you read it, you can't unread it, because somewhere out there, someone might be typing the next one right now.